The F-15JSI upgrade represents a deliberate and carefully weighted strategic decision by Japan to preserve the combat viability of its most important air asset, while preparing for the arrival of the next generation of fighter technology. For more than 4 decades, the F-15J has guarded Japanese airspace, intercepting aircraft from China and Russia, responding to incursions near the southwestern ADZZ, and sustaining continuous quick reaction capability. Instead of replacing the entire fleet prematurely, Japan has chosen to significantly upgrade its existing aircraft to meet the changing threat landscape of East Asia, where long-range surveillance, electronic warfare, and standoff strike capability are now more critical than pure dogfighting performance. The F-15JSI program transforms the F-15J into a quasi-4.5 generation platform with capabilities comparable in many aspects to the latest American F-15X. The installation of the AN/APG-82 active electronically scanned array radar dramatically improves target discovery, tracking, and resistance to jamming compared to earlier mechanical systems. This enhancement is particularly important given the electronic warfare capabilities possessed by the People's Liberation Army Air Force, including jamming aircraft and radar interference systems linked to anti-access strategies. With data fusion improvements and the integration of modern sensor networking, the upgraded Japanese F-15 can function as both a frontline combat aircraft and an airborne sensor relay node. Equally vital is the overhaul of electronic warfare systems. The older F-15J was designed for a different era with limited defensive electronic capabilities. The new F-15JSI suite provides improved survivability against radar-guided surface-to-air missiles and air-to-air threats. In the East Asian battlespace, where Chinese missile systems and Russian advanced fighters operate in mixed formations, survivability through electronic countermeasures is just as important as raw thrust and weapon carriage. One of the most strategically significant parts of the upgrade is the integration of long-range munitions, such as Standoff cruise missiles. While not all details are public, the expectation is that Japan will enable the F-15JSI to carry weapons similar in role to the Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile, or Long-Range Anti-Ship Missile. This reflects a critical shift in doctrine. For decades, Japanese air power has been predominantly defensive, focused on interception. The F-15JSI introduces a flexible offensive dimension, the ability to hold surface or maritime targets at risk from significant distance. In a scenario where hostile naval vessels approach the Nansei island chain, or where strategic targets must be neutralized early to deny escalation, the upgraded F-15 allows Japan to strike before enemy sensors lock onto the firing aircraft. Budgetary logic also underpins the modernization. Replacing the full F-15 fleet with new 5th generation or 6th generation aircraft would require enormous financial resources. With the Global Combat Aircraft Program demanding substantial long-term investment and the growing fleet of F-35A and F-35B already imposing significant maintenance costs, Japan benefits from extending the life of an existing, paid-for platform with strong airframe integrity and ample payload capacity. In cost-effectiveness terms, the F-15JSI is a rational decision, maximizing capability without excessively burdening public expenditure. This approach aligns with Japan's general defense procurement philosophy, evolutionary modernization rather than revolutionary disruption. From a strategic perspective, the F-15JSI serves as a bridge towards Japan's air power future. In the period between 2025 and 2030, it functions effectively as a missile carrier and air superiority fighter with extended engagement reach. As Japan develops collaborative unmanned systems, the F-15JSI may serve as a command and strike coordination aircraft for loyal wingman UAVs. When the 6th-generation GCAP fighter enters service around the mid-2030s, the F-15JSI can be repositioned into complementary roles, either as a support strike platform, an electronic warfare carrier, or a reserve interceptor force. A comparative analysis with regional actors further clarifies Japan's direction. China's J-16 fighter, carrying heavy weapons loads and advanced sensors, mirrors the philosophy of a high-capacity multi-role platform. Japan's F-15JSI is a symmetrical answer, preventing the J-16 from gaining unchallenged control over high-altitude aerial engagements. South Korea continues to rely on the F-15K as a core air-to-ground strike asset, demonstrating that the F-15 airframe remains tactically relevant in modern warfare. The United States has continued investing in and fielding the F-15EX, proving that even in the age of stealth aircraft, a non-stealth, high-payload fighter has enduring value on the battlefield. Japan is therefore not an outlier, but aligned with broader air combat trends within technologically advanced air forces. The relevance of the upgraded F-15 in maritime strike roles is particularly pronounced for Japan. The geography of the Japanese archipelago, especially the chain stretching from Kyushu through Okinawa to Yonaguni, demands aircraft with long endurance, heavy payload, and the ability to operate across large maritime areas. In a naval confrontation scenario, the F-15JSI could carry multiple anti-ship missiles while maintaining electronic overwatch for incoming threats. This makes it a complementary partner to F-35 aircraft, which might focus more on stealth penetration and forward observing rather than bulk strike delivery. It is important to present this modernization to Japanese and international audiences not as a step toward increased militarization, but as reinforcement of deterrence. The logic of deterrence through capability holds that the stronger and more flexible your defense posture, the less likely an adversary is to initiate conflict. The F-15JSI buys Japan time for GCAP to mature, time for unmanned systems to integrate, and time for a more secure regional framework to develop. It reassures allies such as the United States, Australia, and the Philippines that Japan remains an anchor of regional stability in the Indo-Pacific. At the same time, the upgrade communicates a subtle signal to potential adversaries. Japan is not dependent solely on imported stealth fighters, nor is it technologically stagnant. It can modify existing assets with high-quality domestic engineering, integrate advanced electronic capabilities, and sustain a credible air defense ecosystem. This contributes to a sophisticated layered air and missile defense posture that includes ground-based systems, Aegis-equipped destroyers, space-linked surveillance, and networked tactical aviation. Ultimately, the F-15JSI is not Japan's final answer in air power. It is a transitional solution, but a strategically intelligent one. It prioritizes smart allocation of resources, continuity of force capability, and operational flexibility across multiple domains. The fighter that once symbolized Japan's Cold War air defense now serves as the platform that carries Japan into the next era of aerial and networked warfare, forming the durable backbone upon which new capabilities will be built.